Welcome to this exciting story. Subscribe now. The Thousand Colors of the Ganges, a collection of folk tales. Volume 1, North India, the Sacred River. Chapter 2, The Eternal Diya, the Pledge of the Festival of Lights. The Diwali festival in Varanasi kicks off in the cool night of October. The Ganges River is like a silk ribbon adorned with broken diamonds as thousands of earthen lamps float away from the Dashashwa Megagal, as if the Milky Way has fallen to the world. Vikrant crouches on the damp stone steps, his fingertips gently stroking a cracked ancient temple oil lamp. The inscription of Hanuman carrying the mountain at the bottom of the lamp has become blurred, but the moment he touches the wick, a sea of fire flashes across his retina. The anti-British warriors in 1857 are passing the oil lamp around the bonfire, and the flames are dancing in everyone's eyes like an eternal flame. These lamps were stolen from the Zanzingu of Sarnath. A hoarse voice startles the pigeons on the steps. Laila, an old woman in indigo sari, is wiping a copper lamp with the hem of her dress. The calluses on her palm glimmer faintly in the moonlight. Every scratch is the memory of the lamp spirit, just as the palm lines of a person hide their past life. Layla is the last oil lamp craftsman in Varanasi. Her father was once the lamp keeper of Sarnath. Before his death, he engraved the secret of the wick communicating with the spirit into her palm. Only by reciting the Ramayana when touching the wick can one see the past witnessed by the oil lamp. 3 days ago, at the Holy Gate night market in Delhi, Vikrant saw the antique dealer Ashok holding a gilded oil lamp high. The lamp body was engraved with the relief of Rama's triumph, but when he approached, the oil seeping from the wick drew the outline of the anti-British martyrs on the ground. They used 3D scanners to strip the lamp spirits. Laila suddenly presses the lamp against the stone wall, and the phantom of Hanuman carrying the mountain is disassembled into countless data streams. Last week, 7 epic lamps were stolen from the Hala Mahal in Jaipur. Each lamp corresponds to a key chapter of the Ramayana. Vikrant opens his notebook. Beside the sketches of the 7 lamps are marked Rama shooting the arrow, Sita being abducted, Hanuman stealing the magic herb. These nodes that form the framework of the epic are now being traded at high prices on the black market. When he and Elia traced to the mechanical workshop in Jaipur, in the damp basement, the young treasure thief Ravi was adjusting the gears in front of a bronze Hanuman statue. Inside the statue's chest were embedded fragments of 7 ancient temple oil lamps, and golden light shavings struggled like trapped fireflies. Myths need to live forever, said Ravi, his white coat stained with machine oil and his eyes behind the lenses shining with fanaticism. Analyze the energy of the lamp spirits with a spectroscope and then inject it into a mechanical body, and Hanuman can fight forever. He pointed to the robotic arm being adjusted. The gears of the joints were engraved with half a verse from the Natya Shastra. Look, this is a perfect replica of Rama holding the bow. Layla suddenly presses an old oil-leaking lamp, and the sparks splashed from the wick spell out the word reverence on the wall. Vikrant recognizes it as his grandfather's handwriting. During the India-Pakistan partition in 1947, the old man engraved this prayer at the bottom of the oil lamp and stuffed the last lamp into the hands of the refugees fleeing to India. At this moment, the gears of the mechanical Hanuman are devouring the lamp spirits, and on one of the fragments, the face of the warrior in 1857 is blurring in the dead of flood. Lamp spirits are not energy batteries. Laila takes out 108 earthen lamps from the bamboo basket. Each lamp is painted with a different epic totem. The lotus represents Sita's purity. The Dharma wheel symbolizes Rama's righteousness, and Hanuman's tail curls into the shape of the Ganges. My father said that the diya for Diwali should be made of Ganges mud. The wick should be soaked in holy water 7 times, and then Brahmin priests should chant the Vedas for 7 days and 7 nights. She gently caresses a lamp with numerous cracks. This is the Requiem lamp. When the whole of Varanasi bid farewell to the deceased during the 1918 flu, there are 200 names engraved at the bottom of the lamp. On the night of Diwali, the terrace of the Hawa Mahal is illuminated golden by 108 earthen lamps. Vikrant and Alia draw the footprints of Rama on the ground with cinnabar, according to the records in the Puranas. Each wick is wrapped with the wishes written by believers. Some ask for academic success, some for peace, and more are yellowed letters filled with the thoughts of the deceased relatives. Lila kneels in the center and places the requiem lamp at the end of the footprints. Before the wick is lit, the scene of 1918 appears on the wall. Her father kneels by the Ganges, lighting a lamp for each deceased person, and the river surface is filled with warm light, like a road filled with hope. Om. When the first lamp is lit by the holy fire of the Ganges, the entire terrace suddenly falls silent. The flames of the 108 earthen lamps rise 3 inches at the same time, and the golden sparks rise into the air and condense into the silhouette of Rama holding the bow. The light arrow on the bowstring hums and points to the chest of the mechanical Hanuman. Ravi looks in horror at his masterpiece. Real warhammer patterns appear on the surface of the bronze statue, the marks of faith condensed by thousands of prayers that 3D scanning can never capture. Even more shockingly, the gears of the mechanical Hanuman start to rotate in reverse, and the fragments of the lamp spirits embedded in them fly towards the array of earthen lamps, spelling out the Sanskrit word for forgiveness in mid-air. "They are going home!" Leela's voice chokes with sobs. Her palm is pressed against a lamp that is showing an image. Vikrant sees the face of the warrior in 1857. He is Ravi's past life, a lamp maker in the Mughal dynasty who once made shadow puppet shows of the epic that could project for Emperor Akbar. Every lamp spirit is waiting for someone who knows how to listen. Ravi suddenly falls into the lamp array. One of the earthen lamps, painted with Hanuman offering the peach, reflects the appearance of his grandfather. During the turmoil in 1947, the old man protected the ancient temple oil lamp with his body. The inscription at the bottom of the oil lamp is exactly the family heirloom pendant that Ravi is wearing around his neck at the moment. So it's not replication, it's betrayal. He takes off his glasses and lets his tears drip onto the wick. The flame actually turns into a gentle pink. I wanted to make the myth eternal, but I forgot that the myth already lives in the lights. On the surface of the Ganges River, thousands of diya begin their final journey. Leela's fingertips brush over an earthen lamp painted with Sita. The lamp shadow suddenly lengthens and turns into the refugee holding the oil lamp in 1947. She is Lila's mother. Back then, relying on the story of Rama in the lamp shadow, she held up a piece of sky in the refugee camp. The lamps of Diwali are to guide the lost souls. Lila gently puts the requiem lamp into the river. The 200 names in the lamp shadow turn into starlight, illuminating the industrial waste deposited at the bottom of the river. When people start to measure faith with data, it's like putting shackles on the stars. In the early hours of the morning, the lamp array on the terrace of the Hawa Mahal gradually dims. Only the requiem lamp in the center remains bright. Ravi crouches beside Lila, carefully putting the fragments of the mechanical Hanuman into a cloth bag. "I want to melt these and make a new lampstand for your workshop." He points to the gears on the fragments. "Look, doesn't this arc look like Hanuman's tail?" Lila smiles, the wrinkles at the corners of her eyes filled with 30 years of lamplight. "The real lampstand has never been made of metal." She points to the diya floating towards the sea in the distance. Each lamp, after fulfilling its mission, turns the last drop of oil into a shooting star. It is every person who believes in light, building a lampstand with a heart of reverence, so that thousands of lamps will always shine brightly on the river of karma. Vikrant looks at the river surface and finds that the section of the river polluted by the gears has been purified by the lamplight. The footprints of the anti-British warriors in 1857 actually emerge at the bottom of the river, and there is a small lamp embedded in each footprint, like an unfinished epic. When the first ray of sunlight sweeps across the spire of the Hala Mahal, the 108 earthen lamps happen to float into the shape of a Dharma wheel, which is a symbol of Vishnu and also the most authentic pledge of Diwali. Light is born from reverence, survives through inheritance, and never goes out in the hearts of everyone who lights the diya. In the distance, the priests in Varanasi begin their morning prayers, and the hymns float far away along the Ganges. Layla packs up the last lamp. The inscription of Requiem at the bottom of the lamp twinkles in the morning light, as if telling the world, when technology shakes hands with faith, when the mechanical gears turn into the carvings of the lampstand, the real pledge of the lamp festival has just begun. It is the reverence for civilization, the guardianship of tradition, and the eternal watch for the light deep